Hello,
Okay.
Keisha. Thank you for taking the time to do this. How are you?
Thank- I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
I'm doing great. So happy to have you for my Women's History Month segment. This was very much last minute as far as me planning this. So I am very grateful for you being able to jump on and do this.
Well, I thank you. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I'm glad that you thought of me, so I appreciate it.
Of course. Okay, so just to start off, my first question, what made you want to get into photography? And I guess let me preface by this saying that you run your own photography business called KJ Photography, right? Is that the name? Okay.
Uh,
I just
we're,
wanted to make sure.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what made you want to get into photography?
So a few years ago, I've always like enjoyed sunsets and sunrises. And I always said to myself, like, I'm gonna, get a camera. I'd always make sure like to buy the newest iPhone because they have the best cameras. And then one day for Christmas, Corey listened and got me a camera and got me a Nikon for Christmas. And so I started taking pictures with that, and then it just kind of grew from there. And now I've switched to Canon since then, and I just kind of took off. It wasn't what I had planned 4 years ago, but it definitely was is growing. So
Okay. Yeah, because I've shot with you for that women's empowerment shoot. Um, and I guess you had already answered my next question, which was how long you have been a photographer. And you said 4 years.
yep, 4 years. I started in 2019. I started January 4th of 2019 under KJ or Mother's Hobby,
Okay.
and I switched to KJ photography last year because it was no longer a hobby for me, and so I felt like that was kind of gearing the wrong people.
Yeah.
So I switched, and I came up with KJ right after I had my newest baby, who will be one next week.
Wow.
And so me and my girls all have KJ as our initials, and so I wanted it to still kind of be like a mother's hobby because I really had enjoyed that part of the name and just changed it for KJ for me and my girls. So
Okay, that's awesome. That's really cool that you all have KJ as like initials. That's awesome.
yeah, yeah.
So what services do you offer? Like weddings, newborn? What do you offer?
So I definitely went through a growing stage of kind of just figuring out what I liked and didn't like. And so I currently am only doing weddings, family, maternity, seniors, and board wash shooting. I realized that I didn't, newborns take a lot of time
Yeah.
and patience and photographer for that. And so I tried it and it wasn't for me, and that's okay. And so I'm more into other things now. And then I do elopements as well, elopement weddings.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. What is your favorite thing to shoot as far as like the service out of the services you offer?
All of them. I love because you're truly like, as women, we definitely are hard on our bodies. We critique ourselves. Society says the worst things about us is how we should look. So that's definitely one of my favorites, just because I love like being behind the camera and empowering women and producing a beautiful image for them to share or to keep to themselves. Senior sessions, just because graduating high school, college is such a big deal in someone's life, and I love
Yeah.
capturing that memory. Family photography, I mean, that's always a fun thing just because we all need updated photos. I'm really big on memories and things like that and keeping photos. My family gets tired of me always booking sessions for us because I'm always just like, when I'm dead and gone, you're going to need photos of me.
Yeah.
Um, and then, of course, weddings and elopements. I mean, those are such big days in our life. So I really enjoy capturing those. So everything that I capture has a reason. Oh, and maternity. I love maternity sessions. Growing a baby is such a beautiful thing. And it's so hard on certain women. And so when I'm able to capture that moment in that 32 to 36 week moment for the ladies, that's a beautiful thing too. So really everything that I shoot has a purpose why I shoot it. And that really, I don't have a favorite. They're all my favorite.
Okay. Is there like a concept that you've done that's been like your favorite to do?
women's empowerment shoot that you was a part of. And then I had did one before that when it was just love our bodies, and I had all women, all shapes, sizes, and colors. And that was definitely my favorite one, just because women were just vulnerable states. We had women in their bras with their, their stomachs were out, beautiful stomachs, stretch marks that told beautiful stories. So I would say that one was definitely my favorite, and I hope to do it again one day. But that I would say that one was like my most empowering session I've done so far. All of them were fun, but that one was my favorite one.
Okay. So for your work, do you travel?
Yes. I travel pretty much anywhere for like weddings or elopements. I have a destination list for weddings or elopements. So some of those may be free just in exchange for travel, my travel expenses. And then as far as like just regular sessions, I do travel like around our area. I'll go to North Carolina, South Carolina. But like my full-time job, I travel for work. So like this past week I was in Richmond, so I had booked some sessions there while I was there, and like I'm going to South Carolina and Houston next week. So I booked some sessions for there too. So yes and no, but I definitely do for bigger packages like weddings and stuff. I'll travel.
Okay, you mentioned destination places. What are some that you have on your list?
So currently just international, it would be, or sorry, domestic would be anywhere out west, really. California, Vegas, Utah, Denver, Arizona, really anywhere out west. Arizona is like number one on my bucket list right now. Enjoy hiking as well. So anytime I can like do wedding and travel and hiking, like I'm there. So.
Okay.
And then, outside of the U.S., really anywhere I can go outside of the U.S. But of course, is on my destination. So I don't really have outside of the U.S. I don't really have a big list or anything. Really anywhere.
Okay.
Anywhere my passport will.
Do you have any new themes or like concepts that you're planning for the new year that you're excited about?
So right now, I'm actually meeting with my favorite photographer. I'm doing a mentorship next week.
Oh, that's awesome.
In South Carolina. Victoria Armstrong. She is a co-owner of Salty Sailors, and so I'm mentoring with her next week. I'm just waiting to see what else I gain from her, and then I'm pretty sure it'll just take off from there because she's number one. She's Charleston's best photographer, voted best last year, so she's amazing.
Okay, I'm excited for you. I bet that'll be super fun.
Yeah, and then I have some style shoots that I'm working on. I'm partnering with Old Post 33, which is downtown Bristol, Virginia.
Yeah.
Who's ran by her name is Honey. So she and I have been talking. I met with her a few weeks ago, and so when I get back, I'm going to start planning a style shoot with her. It's going to be like a 1920s, 1930s theme, because the old post office has such a beautiful story in our area. So we're going to kind of capture that, but kind of throw a little twist to it and make it modern.
So where can people reach out to you if they want to inquire about your services?
So you can, really all social medias. I have Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. They're all KJ Photography Bristol, or email as well as kjphotographybristol@gmail.com.
Okay, awesome. I guess my final question would be, is there anything that you want to talk about or mention that I maybe didn't ask you about?
I saw this post last night, and I was like, I'm going to bring that up. I'm a working mom, so I have a full-time job, I have 2 children, and then, of course, I have my photography business. And the post had said, when your business is going great, you feel like you're failing your family, and when your family is doing, you feel like you're failing your business. And so I really just want to share, like, with women, there's so many women empowerment groups in our area, especially for business women. And I think it's a beautiful thing. We just really need to, like, lean on each other. My number one motto is, what is my motto? I wanted to word it right. I'm not competitive. Like, I'm community over competition. So, and I think that's so important in the women's world and the women's business, because there's not many women that own businesses that share that story with each other. And so I think it's just important, like you just lean on each other. We all have friends, and things like that, but it's just important to remember that you can do everything. So we're amazing. Women, we can do anything that we want to do. Not that men can't, we're just better at it. So I mean, women, we're just amazing. That's ultimately the story. Women are amazing. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a woman. So I think we're beautiful, beautiful humans.
I definitely agree with that. I feel like sometimes in an area where like a certain business is very oversaturated, it is easy to feel like you have to compete with other businesses when in reality it's be a lot easier just to lift each other up like you said, because I know that there are a lot of like
Yeah.
photography expos and stuff like that, like between here and Knoxville and everywhere. So I definitely agree with that it's better to value community over competition.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Because when a client is looking at your work, they're looking at your work. So whether regardless if they like work, they chose you for a reason. And so I think if you just keep that in your mind, you can keep community first over competition. So.
Yeah. Because, like your style may be completely different from someone else's. That, like a person knows what they want when they go shopping for certain stuff. And it's okay if you're not what they're looking for because you are what someone else might be looking for. So,
Right. Exactly. And with photography too, like it's all this anyone can pick up a camera, right?
yeah.
It's what goes on behind the scenes. But like I just did a session yesterday, and typically men, they don't want to do photography, right? Like they don't want to be behind the camera. And he was done. He was like, this was fun. And so it's really just about making it fun. It was like a date night session, which is super, those are always fun. I encourage anyone to do date night sessions. It doesn't have to be with me. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah.
Because when the relationship forget about our significant other because life gets crazy. And so, I definitely recommend that date night sessions because they're super fun. So.
Okay, awesome. So that was my last question. Thank you so much for doing this. And I hope we can do this again next year or whenever there's another opportunity for it, because I enjoy talking to you.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And you're doing such amazing work, and I greatly appreciate you.
Thank you.